Thanks, sir.
Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of Joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned into Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Doherty's Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and the PC Landing Zone, live on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and after the bye week, we are back in action this week with the beginning of district play in Tulsa as the Buffaloes take on the Memorial Chargers at LaFortune Stadium tonight. Be sure to make the drive, Buff fans, and if you absolutely can't, be sure you tune into your hometown radio call on KNED, video streaming on our YouTube page near kickoff. With all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. Been a bye week. How's practice been during the bye week?
Good. We got some stuff done. I think there's some basic stuff that we maybe either take for granted or lose focus of a little bit during the bye week.
So before the bye week, obviously the game with Ada wasn't the outcome we wanted, but now a couple weeks later, what have you been able to take from that game, and how has your team responded in practice the last couple of weeks?
I think overall it's just, coach and play better. I mean, that's just, we're going back and watching film. We line up, 10 times wrong on defense, misaligned on defense 10 different times, and then offensively missed our assignment, 20-plus, 14 penalties, 14 procedural penalties offensive, with procedural holding. And just hard to win with that sloppy football. And then, like I said, I don't think our effort was good towards the end of the game. Start reeling a little bit, realizing you're not coming back and it's not going your way you want. And didn't like that portion of it more so than the other stuff. So I think we got it squared away, with the 2 weeks of practice.
Now, I know you guys aren't going to take it as an excuse and everything, but how difficult can it be sometimes when you do lose a key piece like your center and you're having to rearrange people on the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, originally you never planned, for that to happen, or you really, you don't foresee the magnitude of it until you're in a game, But he was a heck of a cog for us, and really – losing him hurt quite a bit. You were starting some young guys, and you're already starting some new guys anyway that are trying to gel. It's just hard. We've got to find the right mix to gel that group together, and losing that piece is pretty tough. So obviously you got to start from square zero and find out which five are the other group that gels the best.
Now, you were mentioning it on the defensive side about lining up before the play actually begins. It seems like the kryptonite to McAllister's defense so far really isn't grinding it down the field. It's been the home run ball so far.
Right.
Is it because of breakdowns, or is it
breakdowns in alignment? Yeah, breakdowns in assignment or alignment obviously is a thing for us, and we always preach you got to line before, and then you got to have your assignment, and then you got to play.
Now, you talk about the bad stuff, but there also were pretty good stuff in the first half of the game against Ada, especially on third down and longs. Now, I know that you guys didn't want to be set behind the chains a lot, but when you did find yourself behind the chains, you still were able to convert on a lot of third down and longs when earlier in the season that wasn't really happening in the first two games.
Right.
How did you feel about how the way, especially in the first half, your pass game did against a pretty tough Ada defense?
Not bad. I think we set the pocket well enough. I think the problem is what happened later on is we start letting them roll back into that B gap. They're getting a high rush. Caden's going to do a good job of stepping up in the pocket. We're high wall on the D end or the outside back are high, and then we just kind of lose focus a little bit, and he rolls back in and rushes the throw or something. But I thought overall that got a little bit better. There's some key, so we had some key things happen, like a couple key drops early in the game, things like that. So, I mean, we've still got we had to put a full game together offensively, in my opinion. We have to, obviously we got to get that squared away at some point. The players are going to have to play, and we're going to find the 11 guys out there that's going to make plays consistently. And everybody says, bigger, stronger, faster, but they also have to know what to do. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a key for us. Is I always say the best ability is the availability. It doesn't mean the biggest, fastest, stronger. Kid doesn't always play because he can't remember something, or can't remember a play, can't understand the details of a play. So that's people are going to have to understand that. People are going to understand that we coach to win. I mean, these kids play to win, and that's just and sometimes they have setbacks, and sometimes we have setbacks, and we've got to reset, regroup, and reset our focus a little bit. And kudos to Ada. I mean, they played well. They played better than we did. They coached better than we did. We did not get it done. I mean, I really, truly believed that what we did was roll off the bus and think we could walk out there and win without really going hard. And after, especially after you get up 20-7. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And sometimes you get snake bit a little bit. And sometimes you need to be humbled. Sometimes you need a little slap in the face. And I think that was a good slap in the face for us.
And that brings me right into my next question here. Since you've come to McAlester, only 12 losses before the last one to Ada.
Yep.
But in the games following those losses, the Buffs are 11-1 with an average margin of victory of 31.4 with 4 shutouts. What do you think about what that says about the Buffs up to this point responding to taking the punch?
Just the focus they have after taking a setback. I think that's the biggest thing with our kids is they haven't had many setbacks. And honestly, really, in 5 of those 13 are in the first season. So that speaks volumes to our coaching staff and kids and what they expect. And the expectation of our program now is winning. I mean, and winning at a high level, and that is the normal feeling. And when you get away from that normal feeling of winning, man, it stings. It really hurts. And because of the time they put in, these coaches put in a ton of time, these players put in a ton of time, these parents put in a ton of time because, I mean, they're without their kids so many hours in a day and so many weekend times. And so, like I said, I think it just speaks volumes of the program we have and the coaches we have and the kids we have.
All right, with that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot!
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester. This year's show brought to you by Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Doherty's Pharmacy, and Tanny Hill Furniture. We now welcome back to the show a couple of Buffalo seniors, Trenton Greer and Garrett Buxton. Welcome to the show, guys.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so we've got always started off with an icebreaker just in case anybody's nervous here to begin the show. I'm not going to say anybody. I've seen the TV Dad commercials. Okay, have you guys seen those commercials about the TV Dad?
I think so.
Well, it made me want to ask this question. If you could be a part of any fictional family, who would you pick?
The Griffins.
The Griffins?
Yeah. Come on, there's got to be something interesting going on.
Okay, so Garrett picks the Griffins, and you pick the Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, being a dad, I pick Bluey. I pick the Bluey family. You get to be around a bunch of dogs. The neighborhood looks like it's amazing. The only problem that you have to deal with is when you're in Australia, you could get eaten by a big spider or something. And, yeah, I mean, you get to hang around just a bunch of dogs. That'd be cool. Hey,
show.
What's that?
I've never watched the show.
Well,
honestly.
you probably won't until you become a dad, and then you're going to watch the show, and then you're like, hey, this isn't too bad. Being seniors, we'll do a senior question here. Do you guys have any plans after graduation at the moment. Now, you and I spoke a little bit before. You said physical therapy or
strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning.
I'm already already been accepted to OSU, and I'm going there after I graduate.
So for those on radio, that's Garrett Buxton's answer. Trenton Greer?
I'm going to Okmulgee, OSU IT, and Power Lines.
Power Lines, all right,
OSU.
sweet. So OSU brothers right there. I know that Derek is going to be happy about that one. Also being seniors, you guys have had a heck of a 4 years as members of the football team, but if you could pick a favorite moment up to this point, what would it be?
Beating Lawton Mac to go to the state championship the first time, definitely.
First time Lawton Mac.
That's probably like peak of high school so far.
Lawton Mac, all right. Trenton, you got one? There's really no wrong answers. There's been a bunch of really cool moments over the last few years.
Making all my field goals. Yeah.
So I was going to ask this coming up next. Is there any pressure? I mean, obviously there's pressure that comes with being a kicker and everything, but what made you want to be a kicker?
Shoot, I don't know. I've played soccer for like 13 years, and so it just kind of happened.
Is it easier than tackle?
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easier than tackle.
I remember that. I remember you used to play tackle.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, when you see number 57, when you see number 57, you're like, oh, I'm not going to be a kicker, you're going to be a tackle. And then you see Trenton roll out, and I'm like, well, he's nailing 38-yard field goals over here.
Oh, yeah.
Also, going straight over to Garrett now, what made, when you're remembering the first time you wanted to play football, what made you want to get into it?
I've been a diehard Steelers fan for a long time, and watching Troy Polamalu jump over the line to tackle the quarterback before the ball had even gotten in his hands was probably the moment.
Right.
I saw a replay of that from my brother.
Have you seen the interview with have you seen the interview here? We had someone trying to go on YouTube right there. Hey, have you seen the interview with Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
About the, what was it, the B gap or A gap?
Yeah, he ran through it and blocked the punt.
Or he was saying something like he was going to score a touchdown. It was going to be Pat McAfee's first ever touchdown from his home crowd, and then Troy Polamalu, for the first time ever, lines up in that gap, and they went with a field goal instead. That's pretty good. What kind of hobbies do you guys have outside of football?
Well, I do marching band, and he used to do band before.
Yeah.
I don't think Price wants to see you again after that happened.
Oh.
He broke a hole in a wall at a contest somewhere.
No, I pushed someone through a wall.
You still broke a wall.
Yeah, he's getting it to the.
Yeah.
He's like, Garrett, why'd you call me out like that? Trenton, what about your hobbies?
Work and church. Yeah.
that works. And our last one, it's always a fun one here. If you could pick one teammate, I don't know if it's going to be Garrett now, Trenton, but if you could pick one teammate to take you to a deserted island, who would it be and why?
Zach Rogers. I'm 90% sure he could he would rip the head off some animal just for dinner.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it for dinner, I guess. Hey guys, thank you for your time and good luck against the Chargers. I got to make sure I give you a knuckle bump now because Zach Rogers was real upset that I didn't give him one earlier. He gave his own knuckle bump and he shouted it out towards the camera there. Those are Buffalo seniors Garrett Buxton and Trenton Greer. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll speak on Memorial next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot!
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Reagan Auto, Doherty's Pharmacy, and the PC Landing Zone. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House. That's over on 3rd Street in McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. Tonight it's the district opener versus the Tulsa Memorial Chargers. McAlester owns the record 7-4 in a series that dates back to 1970. For the first 4 years in the series, Memorial won all of them by a combined score of 134-19. The series returned after 37 years in 2010, and McAlester has dominated since, winning 7 straight by a combined score of 368-102, including last year's 52-0 shutout. Coach Mazey, once again, it's time for Guess That Play.
Let's get it.
Presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, might be our easiest one yet. Last year against Tulsa Memorial and McAlester, 46-0 Buffaloes lead. Ball at the Memorial 32-yard line. First down and 10, right hash with about 20 seconds left to go in the game. Moving towards the south end zone.
Okay, this is Jordan Clark. We give it to him. He goes and scores.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right, for those on
That's got the
YouTube.
backups in by then.
For those on YouTube, let's roll the clip.
I think Jordan had a long touchdown. Was it Jordan?
Yep, it's Jordan right there. Went left, cut back right, went down the far sideline and into the end zone. Jordan's first varsity touchdown.
Yep.
So that was as time expired for the 50-burger.
Nice.
So that was one I remembered. I was thinking about being mean and picking one of the middle touchdowns, which probably would have been a little bit harder. But
It would have been hard.
I was going to pick somebody that was still on the team this year. So I was going to go with Jordan Clark.
It. I think Bumpus had a touchdown there.
I think he did as well. I think he had a touchdown in Week 4 against Memorial. But that was the one that stuck out, the one that worked really well on the clip as well. All right, again, that was Guess That Play, presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress. Coach, coming back from the bye week, you've got the Memorial Chargers. Now, they don't return a bunch of starters from last year. They have a new head coach in Brandon Coons. He was a co-offensive coordinator last year. What do you think about the matchup this week?
Well, I think they look like they have more players out on the sideline. You know, I think I've
noticed that
their team chemistry probably looks a little bit better as far as the kids they've got out. Man, they're really athletic. I mean, and they're big up front. I think last week's score against McLean doesn't really do the justice of the kids they have, because watching that film, I mean, I think they punted 4 times, and one of them got returned for a touchdown, and 3 of them the kid just dropped the punt and then kicked it around like Charlie Brown for a little bit back there and just gets destroyed. So, there's three possessions stolen right there that resulted in 28 points of their loss. So, offensively, they have some weapons. I think they're running back number 2. And, of course, I haven't got a roster. I just know the numbers.
Do you need one?
I actually do if you'll email it to me.
I'll get you one.
The coach, once again, after we communicated, did not email me one.
I'll get you a roster.
But, like I said, new coach. I think the schematics of what they do are pretty good. Maybe not the details of it. You know how they get sometimes as far as the inner city schools. Sometimes the details aren't done as much because they don't have the kids at practice all the time. But, man, they have some big, good-looking athletes, fast kids. They can catch, throw, and run, DBs that are fast. And, like I said, their offensive line is really big. But they give up a lot of points. And really, I think where our biggest advantage right now, to me, is in the kicking game. I think their kicking game is poor. Everything else, I think, is pretty sound. It's just we have to do our job and line up right and play football.
So beginning district play this week, again, coming after the bye week, other than a win, what do you want to see from your team most tonight?
I just want to see us complete a complete football game. I want to see us detailed. I want to see us be able to do the things we need to do without the hiccups that we've had. I think that's number one for us. And to me, number two would be giving great effort all the way throughout the game. I thought our effort was poor towards the end of 8. I really do. I think our effort was poor. I think we had conceded to defeat a little bit, and that's the first time I've seen that in a while, really a long time here. And that's really what we preached all week during the bye week was the complacency of defeat. I don't care if you're down 40 to nothing, you better be competing. You better be trying to win that play. So that's going to be that was a point of emphasis for us over the bye week is compete until the final whistle. I don't care if you're getting the snot beat out of you. Your job is to win the play and win it throughout for the duration of that game. You have to own it sometimes. Sometimes you have to own a loss and you have to own bad play, and the only way to do that is to keep playing hard when you don't want to.
It's also going to be when you're up by a bunch because you also see coaches like Nick Saban, Brent Venables, they'll be, when they're up by 40, 50 points, they're still going to be coaching the guys that, whether they're starters or whether they're backups.
I just think that was a point of emphasis for us. We go compete and go give great effort no matter the situation.
Cats kick off tonight at 7 o'clock at LaFortune Stadium again tonight. Everybody make the drive and support the Buffaloes. We're going to take a break, and coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, one final break with head coach Forrest Mazey reading some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot, hot, hike!
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with a Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture, Doherty's Pharmacy, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. Let's take a quick look at the broadcast schedule this week. Kickoff set at 7 o'clock tonight for McAlester and T-Town for the district opener against Memorial. Again, that's on KNED at 7. Pre-game show begins at 6:20. Also video streaming near kickoff. Then Saturday begins with the 16th ranked Oklahoma Sooners pregame show as they travel to play the Cincinnati Bearcats. That show is at 9 in the morning with kickoff at 11 on KNED. Then the Tulsa Golden Hurricane travel north to play the Northern Illinois Huskies on KTMC AM 1400, 96.7 FM. Kickoff set for 11 a.m. as well. Pregame show for them at 10. Lastly, the Oklahoma State Cowboys look to bounce back on the road as well in Ames as they play the Iowa State Cyclones. Kickoff at 3. Pregame show beginning at 2 on Rock 105. Now, with all that said, we have Coach Forrest Mazey with our final segment this morning, reading off your fan questions. Again, if you ever have one, DM us on Twitter, or you can also message us if you don't have that on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. Coach, a couple of, actually a few, looks like food questions this week. Starting off with this one, James asks, which is better, biscuits or cornbread?
Ooh, I think it depends. It depends on the meal.
Yeah, I say biscuits just because it's more versatile.
Versatile, yeah, man. That's a good deal of sweet corn. If the cornbread's done right, it's pretty good too. It just kind of depends.
Well, you're not going to have biscuits with soup or chili.
Right. I mean, you could, I guess.
You could,
I mean,
but
I guess it would suffice. But
it's not going to be as
I
good
think
as
it just
cornbread.
depends on the meal.
Yep. So final answer, probably biscuits just because it's more versatile.
Coin flip.
Coin flip.
Coin flip.
Dadgum. Shane asks, Coach, are boneless chicken wings just fancy chicken nuggets?
Yes, correct. It has to be bone-in to be a wing, and you guys remember that. If you eat boneless wings, you might as well be eating chicken nuggets with sauce.
I'm okay with that, though. It still tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
But it's not a chicken wing.
Yeah, no, it's not a wing.
Jessica asks, if you could set up a teleport from one place to another, where would it be? And I've kind of heard this question before. I think it's meaning like if you were to just teleport to one place, like from one location to another instantly, you didn't have to travel, where would be the two places?
Cancun, or that area, and then a remote cabin in the woods during hunting season.
If you had those two teleports, you'd be just fine.
Yeah.
Terry asks, in honor of the Oklahoma State Fair being back, do you like amusement park rides? And
Love
if
'em.
so, what is your favorite?
Love them. Honestly, the old Texas Giant.
The old
The
Texas
wooden
Giant.
rails.
What's the? Do you remember the first roller coaster you ever went on?
I want to say it might have been the Texas Giant.
Judge Royce Green.
Judge Roy Scream is terrible.
It is terrible, but
That
it's
was like the 17th one I rode, and I was like, what is this debacle?
It is the oldest ride
Yeah.
there, it seems, but it's got a place in my heart because it's the first one I ever rode. Every time I go to Six Flags.
Shame on you.
Shame on my
on you.
dad. You took me to it.
My
I was
dad
7.
actually said that's the first one I rode, too. That wasn't the first one. I rode it. I tell you, the scariest one is that dang swing that takes you way up there.
Absolutely.
I'm out. Oh, that chain breaks, you're dead.
Yeah.
I'd rather you fly off in a roller coaster cart and at least die that way. I'm not going to die in a swing.
The Titan's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like
the Titan is pretty legit. I mean, and it's pretty smooth, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
There's one at Silver Dollar City that's when in the dark, it is freaking legit because you don't know anything's coming. It's in the cave.
Yeah.
Legit.
Because
it about breaks your neck. I call it the neck breaker. I don't even know what it's called.
The neck breaker. We went to Orlando, got to go to on the Aerosmith ride one time. It goes like 0 to 60. I don't know how fast, but it's pretty cool.
I like the violent coasters. I want them to be violent.
Violent coasters. I'm with you there. I'm a big
I want them to be
adrenaline
violent.
junkie.
Yeah.
I agree. Last one, Will asks, if you had to hand the play card to a player on the team to call plays for a quarter, who would you trust the most?
Oh, my goodness. Oh. Ooh. Let me see. Who would I trust the most?
Got a bunch of people raising their hands right now if they're watching. Probably
It's
shouldn't
got to be a player?
Got to be a player. Can't be another coach.
Jaden Shumway. I don't know why.
I was about to say, why Jaden?
I don't know. It just feels like he doesn't know enough offense, so he'd be pretty smart about it.
Just run the dang ball.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
mean,
wear a hat.
I think then he would listen to the quarterback and say, "Okay, what do you want to throw here?" So, quarterback, if you ask him, most of the time is going to be comfortable with what he's doing, so he's going to tell him the play he likes and wants to run. You need to always ask the quarterbacks that. So
Jaden Shumway, if you're ever
believe that or not, Jaden, I just picked you.
So Jaden Shumway, future coach, you heard it here first. All right, Coach, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, after a loss like we had last week, obviously it's disappointing on all ends, coaches, players, and community. In a game of that magnitude, kids need to be bounced back. Kids need the community behind them. Like I said, I think it's a small setback to things that, they can lead to bigger things for us. Obviously, November and December are important for us, and getting to November and December are important for us. So in the grand scheme of things, it's a big game, but overall, it's a small, meaningless game in reality. It's about bragging rights more so than the actual meat and potatoes of things.
Right.
So, we need to get this win, and we need everybody, that you can pack the stands. I know it's a Thursday night, so if you can't watch it online, stream it. But then we've got to set it up for that game coming to come to the Hook in the next 2 weeks as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach, and for your time, and good luck against
Thank
Memorial.
you.
All right, this has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, don't just have a great day, have a Buffalo day.